How's it going, guys? It is Shy Visuals here, back with another video. Today I'll be showing you guys how to get the film look in DaVinci Resolve using something called Dehancer. So a little bit about Dehancer. It is going to be a paid plugin. Like always, you can always So I did shoot this small little video on the Sirui anamorphic. You guys probably have heard of it. I'm using the 35mm 1.8. This one I really like. It has a nice barrel distortion in it, field curvature. The first anamorphic I did own was the Saturn T2.9 anamorphic. It was like a 1.6 crop. It got the job done. I love the flares, love the characteristics, super sharp, but I just like the regular one way more just because it has that barrel distortion in there. So first, what you guys are gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and take your clip, your file explorer, and then just kind of drag it in. And then what you're gonna do, you're gonna right click, go to clip attributes, pixel aspect ratio, and then scroll up till you see 1.3 anamorphic. Go ahead and de-squeeze it. It's gonna make our time a lot easier. And then you're gonna also do the same with the other one. Just go ahead and go to clip attributes, 1.3 anamorphic. Go ahead and drag that in real quick. So after that, once you got your clips laid out, I'm not gonna do a whole bunch of editing to this. Just kind of like chop it up, make it look nice. After that, you want to go ahead and into color. Man, I really hope this don't crash. Thank you. So with your second clip laid out, you're gonna go ahead and go over to. So once you got your two clips laid out, I'm gonna go ahead and de-squeeze this. Like I said, clip attributes, pixel aspect ratio, 1.3 anamorphic. Super simple. This squeezes it like right away, which I really like. I'm still getting used to DaVinci Resolve. People think it's like super hard to use. It's really not that hard. Been using it for about like a week, and I pretty much know like the whole software. Not even know like the whole software, but like know a little bit about it. Let's just say that. Dude, I need a new CPU, bro. This is ridiculous. So, for the second scene, this is my favorite scene right here. The most detail, like the composition. First, what you're gonna do is you are going to do a. I'm gonna go ahead and open up Dehancer and DaVinci Resolve. Hopefully, I don't get copyright strike for this. So if you open up Dehancer, it's gonna take a little bit to load. This is very heavy on your computer, I will say that. Luckily my shit didn't crash. But what you're gonna do is it's gonna look like this. It's already gonna like kind of apply the grain and whatnot. I'm not liking how this looks, so you're gonna go ahead and press choose camera, Sony. I'll do the FX30 or the just the FX30, and then S-Log. Gamut 3, I'll just do 800. That's what I was shooting at. And then you're gonna drop down the exposure a whole bunch, because you know with S-Log you gotta overexpose when you are in you kinda gotta overexpose when you're using S-Log. It's just like a lot of people do that just to kind of just save those highlights and recover the detail. But right now it's looking kind of alright in my opinion. So right now it's already kind of looking like a film camera almost. So after you drop down the exposure, you got a whole bunch of options here to play with. So you have a whole bunch of like different film prints that you can apply to here, get different effects pretty much. So you can go for like a Pro Via 100F, Velvia, Fuji Color 100. I'm actually kind of liking how this looks right now, but I am gonna go with Kodak Pro Image 100. I like how this looks right here. It looks pretty nice. And then we have something called Film Developer. So just switch that on. I don't really know what it does, but it's gonna look good. And then you're gonna kind of bump up the contrast a little bit just to save a little bit of that detail. Film compression. This is kind of weird, but what film compression does, it saves your highlights. So if I turn this on, you're gonna see that my highlights end up changing. They're gonna get a little bit softer. Yeah, let's see. Oh, this is where it gets fun. So print is pretty cool. So you got different profiles. You got Cineon Film Log, got Fujifilm, Kodak. So I like Kodak right here. I like how this looks. Like even zooming up close, like this looks hella good, bro. Let's see, we got Endura glossy paper. I like the glossy paper. It gives like that real like moody look. You can add a range limiter on here if you don't like all the contrast. Me personally, I like all the contrast there is. And then, let's see. I'm actually gonna bring this exposure back up to where it was and just change it over here. Just to kind of drop it down, save a little bit more of that contrast here. Yeah, bro. I'm really trying to like do my best with this. I mean, DaVinci Resolve and using this dehancer plugin is something else. And then you're gonna add a dehancer on your other clip. Just add that to a node. Same process. You're just gonna do choose camera. For me, it's gonna be the FX30, and then just S-Log. Let me just put my pro image on there. Film developer, I can put that on there. Add a little bit of more contrast. Film compression, add that. Save the highlights a little bit. Print, using a glossy profile. I'm just gonna drop the exposure down just a little bit, not too much where it's just clipping the highlights a little bit, but not clipping the highlights, clipping the shadows. But I'm pretty happy with this look right now. You can get pretty creative with it. Like I said, my computer's not the best. I'm really just trying to like thug it out right now because it is struggling a lot. Actually, I'm gonna do the Kodak print film. I like how warm this looks, so I'm gonna drop down the whites a little bit, just to kind of give it a little bit of a warmer look. Drop down the highlights, exposure a little bit. I'm actually gonna put that on the other one real quick. I like how that looks. That, and then just drop down the target white profile, and then probably drop down the exposure a little bit. Like, this looks hella good, bro. It looks like it was shot on like some sort of film camera. Actually, that's a little too dark in the shadows. Brighten that up a little bit. There we go. So another thing you're gonna do with these anamorphics is you gotta add barrel distortion. Like, it's just a must-have at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a couple nodes on here. So first is gonna be my lens distortion, and then depending on your anamorphic or how much like squeezing you want, not squeezing, or like how much barrel distortion you want, it's all up to you, all personal preference. And then you're gonna go ahead and add something called radial blur. I don't know if this is free with DaVinci. I'm not sure. I think you gotta pay for this. Like, you gotta have like the full version of DaVinci. But when you add this onto your footage, it's gonna look kind of like a Wes Anderson movie. Kind of gives it that like that Panavision look, kind of. If you guys ever watched the TV show You, about like the stalker dude, Joe Goldberg, they use something called Todd AO anamorphics, and it kind of has like that Pets Full like fall off around the edges. Looks pretty sick in my opinion. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna do the same thing with this clip right here. Just add the same characteristics. This is all some sort of like artistic approach that I'm really like familiar with, in my opinion. Let's see, like I was saying, add a corrector panel, add a couple of them actually because you need it, and hit radial blur right here, and then put your lens distortion on there as well, and then just kind of like adjust it how you want it to. Like, this is like way too much blur right here, so we just kind of fuck with it a little bit, give it like some sort of vintage look, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and do something like that. I like how that looks pretty nice. So after you got done doing that, I actually got one more clip I gotta edit right now. So all the way to the beginning. Same thing with this one. This is actually one of my favorite clips to use right here. So boom, lens distortion. Add some of that barrel distortion, you know what I'm saying? And then add another node. And then hit that radial blur on there too. And then what I'm gonna do with this one, I'm gonna right click, add a node and do a serial before. This we're gonna add our dehancer. Please don't crash my computer, man. I don't got time for this. All right, thank you. So choose camera, FX30. And I'm just gonna do pro image, profile, just do that one. Drop the whites down a little bit. Probably bump up the exposure just a tad bit, just to save a little bit of that highlights. I am gonna add I like that contrast though. I'm gonna keep that off. And on here you can also add halation, so you just hit enable. It's gonna add some halation to the highlights. So this is with it off and this is with it on. Same thing with the bloom, you can make the highlights bloom. I actually really like how this looks right now. You got film damage, I'm not gonna mess with that. Overscan, like you have a whole bunch of options right here, just trying to like emulate that film look. And then film developer, I'm just gonna put that on. Actually, yeah, put that on. Film compression, always turn this on, save your highlights, guys. You do not want any clipped highlights. I don't have zebra on here right now, but you know, fuck it, we do indeed ball. I'm gonna go ahead and chop this up real quick and just go back on here. That's like way too contrasty for me. I don't know. Bump up the exposure, maybe. That's like way too detailed. Okay, my computer is not gonna render this out, so we're just gonna leave it at this. Alright, so now that you're in Premiere, so you're gonna go ahead and hop into Premiere right now. It is gonna have like this little like crop on here, don't worry about that. We're gonna fix that later. So what you're gonna do first is gonna add an adjustment layer. Put that over the clip, and then you're gonna go ahead and go to effects, type in crop, add the crop to the adjustment layer, and then you're gonna go to top, and then add, oh god, excuse me. And then you're gonna just kind of like go until you don't see the distortion. So let's do 15. And then after that, you're gonna go ahead and crop it in just a little bit so you don't see the little black bars. And then there you go. I mean, you should have a pretty good looking film looking clip. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You do have okay, yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, there you go. You have the sought after, not the sought after, fuck. And ladies and gentlemen, there you go. You have a nice looking film emulation for your Sony FX30, FX3, whatever camera you're using. Dehancer is a really nice plugin, and it makes everything kind of look like a nostalgic memory almost. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you guys subscribe, and I will make more videos about this. Peace.